Hi everyone, welcome to this automated workflows tutorial. My name is Peter, and I'm a technical support associate here at Upkeep. Today, I'm going to teach you how to utilize these automated workflows for your team. So the first thing we need to ask ourselves is, what are automated workflows? Well, it's a feature that allows you to set these predefined rules with if and then statements that will automatically assign the right details to your workflow process. And the main point of doing that is to provide your team just convenience and efficiency. You can automate this process for work orders, requests, purchase orders, or even when a task or part is updated. And you can create an unlimited amount of these workflows, starting with the Business Plus plan. But we also gave everyone a sneak peek of this to test out, and you can create up to one workflow even on the lower plans as well. So the best way to learn a feature like this is by walking you through the process with a few examples. So I prepared two for you today. Let's look at the first example. Okay, so the first thing you want to do is click on Settings on this bottom left-hand corner right here. And then once you're on your settings page, click on this automated workflow section. And then from here, let's click that blue oval that says create new workflow. And then here we can put a title, and then we can just fill out these conditions down below. So for the workflow title, most of our customers found it best if they title it based upon how their automation is set up. So in this example, what we're gonna create is anytime a new work order is created and it's assigned to a specific location, for this one it's called test location, then we automatically want to assign this checklist that we're always creating. So that way we're not manually adding this checklist or creating tasks each time. It's always going to save a minute or two for your technicians when they're creating work orders. So let's fill these out. So in this if box right here, if a work order is created, and in this condition, and it's assigned to this specific location, I believe I called it test. So let's put test location. And also in this section, you can add multiple conditions as well to make it even more specific. So you can do it to the specific location, but also it's assigned to the specific team, for instance. I can set those as well. And if I want to just keep it simple, then I can just remove those additional conditions. And finally, for here, the then statement will put, then we'll always add this checklist called test checklist that'll have these tasks called issue, solution, and feedback. So I'm going to go ahead and save that. And then now let's go test out this automation. So let's go to work orders. And then from here, anytime I create a work order, let's just keep this simple, call it test work order. And it's assigned to that specific location, which was called test location. Then what should happen is when this is created, it should automatically assign that test checklist that we set up earlier. So the work order is created after I hit that submit button. And once we click into it again, you can see that test checklist is automatically added. I have those tasks in there, issue, solution, and feedback. Awesome. All right, so let's look at a second example of an automation you can set up for updating parts. All right, so in our automated workflow section, let's click on create new workflow again. So this time, the automation I want to set is anytime if any of my parts are below the quantity level of 10, then I want to create a new purchase order that has 100 quantity in that order to replenish. So let's set up these conditions. If a part is updated and when quantity goes below 10, then what I want to do is create that new purchase order with a quantity of 100. So I can make sure my parts are fully restocked. And let's press save. And same thing as the first example, let's go ahead and test this out. So I'm going to go to my work orders. And in that earlier created work order with that checklist, I'm just going to use that same one again. And for this one, let's add a part Let's add this first one right here that says hex nuts. So once I add that part, I can set a quantity level of how many parts I want to add to this. So let's say I want to add 8. Then I'll press that check mark box. Okay, so once that's good, let's first head over to our parts and inventory. So you can see the hex nuts that I've added to that work order. Now it has a quantity that's below 10, and there's specifically 8. So now you can tell that if I go to purchase orders, it has that one little notification badge, a new purchase order has been created. If I click into that purchase order details, you can see that automation has been successfully been in sync. It's that new purchase order, and there's 100 quantity attached to it. So I can replenish my parts so it has the full quantity, and I don't have to go in and manually create these each time. It has been just automatically created with ease. Okay, so finally, we have some resources to provide additional guidance that you need in case you have more questions or just need any general assistance. And that wraps up this video. And again, the main point of automated workflows is to up-level the productivity of your team with efficiency. So I hope you found this helpful, and until next time, take care.